we move our discussion forward. Section 8.2 is where you'll find the definitions for this test, starting on page 382.
How many of them are there?
Oh, not many. About 17, 30, 50.
17.
That's a pretty
It's a
big
wide
gap.
jump.
1730.
It's a confidence interval. Yeah, it's somewhere between about 7 and 20.
Oh, where's your E?
I'm so stressed.
Don't be stressed. It'll all be over soon. All right. Starting on page 382. Hypothesis test. Page 382, hypothesis test. Right there. Bam. Moving over to page 384. Moving over to page 384. Null hypothesis. Page 384, null hypothesis. Page 384, alternative hypothesis. Donnie, are you okay?
Yeah,
What's wrong?
I don't like it when they're big yellow spots.
Me either, because I don't even know what they're like.
Can we use the definition you gave us for null hypothesis?
Yeah, statement that the value of a population parameter is equal to some claimed value. That's really the only thing you got to know. Okay. The rest of it is more just explanation. All right, page 387. Test statistic. Significance level.
Is that on page 387?
Yes, ma'am. They're both on page 387. Now, I wrote down page 388, so that means there's something good on page 388. I just forgot what it was. Ah, yes. Critical region, rejection region. Love those terms.
No.
Actually, I love them all. Okay.
Critical region.
Critical region or rejection region. Okay. Now, with that being said, we are going to look at next page, 389. Page 389. P-value. Now, we don't, I want to briefly mention p-value. We don't talk about p-value a whole lot in this course, and by a whole lot, I mean at all. But it's a very useful thing to calculate, and in industry, we use it all the time. It's just an alternative way of doing hypothesis testing. I think it's a little harder for students to see, so I tend not to worry about that so much. But in the event that you ever pursue statistics past this one class, p-value is something that's useful a lot. Okay. We do the traditional method, which involves critical values.
Is that what we need to know, critical values? Or
Yeah.
what about traditional method?
No, just you need to know critical value. Okay. Now, moving on to page 392. Moving on to page 392. Type 1 and type 2 error, very important. Type 1 and type 2 error. When I say very important, test 4 definitions, question number 1 is definitions. Every test 4 I've ever given has had either type 1 or type 2 error as one of the two choices to ask. Type 1 and type 2 error is very important. Alpha, beta.
Is that on the same page?
Alpha and beta. Remember that Z alpha over 2 thing that we used to see in T alpha over 2? Well, there's your alpha right there. Now you know what it is. And moving on to page 394. Page 394. Power. Power is very important as well.
Do we just need to know where the period ends? Because I think I've memorized the whole thing before. So just the power of a hypothesis test is the probability. Okay.
All right. With that being said, that will conclude.